In this dramatic episode of Second Shot at Love, tensions rise as Gyeom-jo flees her chaotic home in a desperate attempt to escape her furious mother. The next morning, panic strikes her parents when they receive a phone call informing them that Gyeom-jo had fallen into a lake the previous night. Fearing the worst, they rush out in distress. Meanwhile, Gyeom-jo wakes up in Uijun's house, bewildered and confused about how she ended up there. Uijun calmly explains that she had been heavily intoxicated and had wandered into the road, nearly causing an accident. He had narrowly avoided hitting her, and out of concern, brought her back to his place. Embarrassed and regretful, Jumjo immediately apologizes for the trouble she caused. Later, Jumjo arrives at the lakeside, where her worried parents had gathered, believing she had drowned. Her father, overwhelmed with relief, hugs her tightly, while her mother stands in shocked silence. However, the situation takes a sharp turn when Jeom-jo receives an unexpected invoice from Ui-jun, medical bills resulting from the near accident caused by her drunken behavior. In another scene, Jeom-jo, after working on a farm, receives a disheartening message. Her request for job reinstatement has been denied. This triggers a painful flashback of her ex-fiancé, the man who cheated on her, assuring her that he would always support her, even if she were unemployed. Jeom-jo's struggles continue when she attempts to buy beer, but is refused service by every woman in the village. She soon learns that her mother had warned the community not to sell alcohol to her. Later, Ui-jun confronts her as well, firmly telling her to stop drinking after witnessing the consequences of her behavior firsthand. Her perspective shifts when she spots Ui-jun standing quietly by the river. Remembering a conversation her friends had about Ui-jun's heartbreak, how he had left Seoul and returned to the village after being betrayed by his ex-fiancée, Gyum-jo begins to feel sympathy for him. Following a light-hearted evening of dancing with her father and older sister, Gyum-jo surprises Ui-jun the next day by showing up with a variety of homemade dishes. Believing he's still heartbroken, she feeds him out of pity. However, the mood shifts dramatically when she checks her phone and discovers that the news she saw about his ex-fiancée leaving him was actually about someone else. Mortified, she apologizes, but Ui-jun coldly tells her to mind her own business and stop interfering in things that don't concern her. The remark deeply wounds Gyum-jo, especially as she recalls that he had once told her the same thing in the past. Toward the end of the episode, Gyum-jo rushes into the city in a last-ditch effort to stop the delivery of a birthday cake she had ordered a year ago for her ex-fiancé. To her horror, she finds him face to face with his pregnant wife, the same woman he had cheated on her with. During their tense conversation, her ex mocks her and admits to using her. Enraged, Gyum-jo hurls the cake into his face and storms off. The episode concludes with a haunting scene. A bottle crashes to the floor at Ui-jun's house just as he sees a shocking rumor spreading in a school chat group, accusing him of having killed a woman. News that appears shortly after he had scolded Gyum-jo once again for getting drunk.